Did you notice that since the weather got a little colder and the days are growing shorter, you're suddenly hungry all the time? Well, if you answered yes, know that you're not alone. And that overall increased appetite and cravings for comfort food and extra snacks during the cold season are totally normal. But it doesn't mean that you can't avoid gaining that winter weight. Hi, I'm Tamara, a certified master health coach and fitness nutritionist. And as someone who grew up in a place where winter lasts pretty much half of the year, I'd love to share my strategies for managing food cravings when it gets cold, gloomy, and dark. First of all, let's figure out why we feel extra hungry and cuddly during colder months. Here's what's going on with our bodies. Colder and darker days signal our brains that it's time for hibernation. For our ancestors, it would be time to coop up indoors, sleep when it's dark, and reduce all the activity to minimum. It is a leftover evolutionary survival mechanism, and it explains why we crave warm blankets and cozy socks while having zero motivation for unnecessary movement, especially outside. Also, changes in the daylight patterns messes with circadian rhythms, which affects hunger and fullness hormones and our mood, both factors contributing to emotional eating and doubling down on snacks. And also, there is an objective truth of us actually needing slightly more calories to maintain our body temperature and warm up the air that we're inhaling. Therefore, our ancient brain is craving comfort food that is hot and high in carbs and fats that the brain recognizes as the most efficient energy source. And of course, modern capitalism is thrilled about it. Pumpkin spice everything, cozy food ads, and every coffee shop whispering, treat yourself, treat yourself. But in reality, we don't need treats, we need to stay objectively warm and to get enough sleep and vitamin D to balance seasonal light changes. So if you don't want to wake up in March feeling like a cinnamon roll, let's talk about how to work with your body, not against it. Your body doesn't just want food. It wants warmth, light, and comfort. Let's separate those needs and satisfy them more intelligently. So the first step is to swap comfort foods for comforting rituals. You can make a mental or physical list of your ways to stay warm and get enough movement and sunshine. Not everything works for everyone, so choose what's good for you. Being physically cold ramps up appetite, period. So keep your home reasonably warm during the day, and you can decrease temperature for more comfortable sleep. Find clothes to wear both at home, at work, and outside that reflect the level of comfort and coziness that you need. Make sure to pay special attention to keeping your feet warm. Make sure to include warm or hot food into your menu. Cold salads or sandwiches may provide all the necessary nutrients, but they lack the comforting factor and may leave you unsatisfied with your meal. But it doesn't mean turning towards comfort foods completely and giving up on healthy eating. You can explore seasonal soups, warm bowls and salads, as well as healthy stews. Add temperature to your food, not extra calories. Swap cold drinks with warm or hot, but try not to go too heavy on sweeteners and creamers. All kinds of teas, warm fruit-infused water. There are plenty of drink options that will not only keep you warm, but may also look and feel festive without calorie overload. Take hot bath if you like them, or hot showers. Explore sauna. That's also a great option. Make sure to get enough light. Morning light exposure supports your circadian rhythms and help balance hunger hormones. If sunlight is limited, sit by a bright window or consider a light therapy lamp for 15-30 minutes in the morning. And get outside no matter the weather for as long as you can tolerate. We do need sunlight on our skin in order to produce vitamin D, so exposing face and hands for just 15 minutes may be enough to change your emotions. And for sure, good gear is everything. I cannot emphasize enough how much investing into a high-quality clothing changed my perception of being outdoors. I grew up in Siberia and I lived for 7 years in Seattle. And one was constant winter, the other was constant rain. And definitely getting outside in this kinds of weather may be uncomfortable, but getting the real waterproof, windproof gear made it so much more tolerable. Another thing that is not as obvious, but also makes you feel more comfort is socializing. Don't isolate, because loneliness increases emotional eating. Plan low-effort connections, like phone calls, getting a gym buddy, doing weekly coffees, or invite friends for soup night or potluck instead of takeout evenings. And you still get connection and warmth without the overeating triggers. So, comfort doesn't have to come from a casserole, right? It is so much easier to design better behavior than to force it. So, the next step is building your environment to support your best choices. How to make doing the right thing easy while doing the wrong habitual thing harder. Keep the see it equals eat it rule in mind. Store cookies, chips, and sweets out of sight, like opaque containers, upper cabinets, that kind of stuff. But for the stuff that you want to eat, use the front row of the fridge so it's the first thing you see when you open it. Create a cozy but balanced snack zone. Store your tea bags, instant miso soup, roasted chickpeas, nuts, or other snacks near your kettle. I would recommend to pre-portion your snacks into like smaller jars or containers to avoid the trap of grabbing a Costco-sized bag and going into town. Batch prep your cozy meals. Have a pot of soup, stew, or grain bowl base ready to reheat, because when you're hungry and cold, speed matters. So make sure that the fast options are also nourishing ones. Keep a non-food related cozy station in your house. Blankets, slippers, warm tea ready to go, so you are not using food to generate comfort signal. Also, scent and visual warmth can mimic the comfort signal that people often seek from the food. So try a warm scent like cinnamon, vanilla, or orange for your cozy evenings. And create transition rituals. Many people snack because they need to shift gears, like shifting from work to home, stress to rest. Replace food cues with rituals like making tea, lighting a candle, or doing a 5-minute stretch. When your environment supports your goals, you do not need more willpower. The right choice becomes the easy one. So yes, you will still crave comfort when it's cold. There is nothing to do about it. But if you build the right systems, you'll meet those needs without losing progress. And if you want more practical ways to work with your body, not against it, check out my other videos or schedule a free discovery call, and we'll figure out how to meet your needs.